Hey.
Hey.
Hey, we're going...
David Rutter.
What?
I just figured I'd rather have
Corporate slaves, instead of passionate developers.
Good work, I'm proud of you. Mother...
Every morning I turn on my computer to see what fresh hell awaits me online. Today I find that EA, the monolith of consumer rights, the paragon of gaming, has made yet another pro-consumer move. They have moved somebody else into power that is surely going to be on the consumer side. There is no possible way that they are going to try to work loot crates and other microtransactions into games that we love, because we know EA is for the players. The fuck was that? Anyway, former FIFA boss David Rutter has been made Group General Manager of EA Studios Europe. Now, you might have some questions. Why would EA do this? Who's David Rutter? Can we just keep him in Europe? There is an article on videogameschronicle.com, which I will link in the description below, and this was written by Andy Robinson. In this article, it explains who David Rutter is. Quote, Rutter, who is often partially credited for the success of modern FIFA titles, has relocated to Sweden to oversee EA's European studios, including DICE, Criterion, and Ghost Games. Now I know that everyone's really excited. Yes! Yes! You know, all the Battlefield fans, Battlefront fans, Need for Speed fans are probably ecstatic to have the man who's behind FIFA's success now heading the studios of the games that they love. Now, Rutter joined EA according to this article in 2007. He was a producer. His first big game was FIFA 09. Do you know what FIFA 09 was? Yeah, that's right. That's the game that introduced FIFA's Ultimate Team mode. You know, with the card packs and the gambling and the surprise mechanics. You can't see me right now, but I air quoted very hard. I don't think there's any way I could air quote harder without breaking my fingers. All joking aside, this is not good news for anyone that enjoys Battlefield, anyone that enjoys Battlefront, anyone that enjoys any game that's going to come from DICE, Criterion, or Ghost Games. This marks the day where we can now expect even more greedy, slimy, blatantly anti-consumer practices from already one of the most, if not the most hated publisher. And it baffles me how they don't understand that they are the bad guys in all of this. Let's look at games like Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 already has an incredibly troubled, not even development cycle, release. There's still countless bugs. There's incorrect information being displayed on their roadmaps. There's content that players like me and many others have been starved of for months, and it's nowhere in sight. Now, we can expect, hey, do you want some new content? Well, maybe there's gonna be some new supply drops that you can buy. You know the Pacific Theater? The M1 Garand's gonna be in it. Maybe we'll throw some M1 Garand skins in these loot crates that you can buy. Oh, I'm sorry, these surprise mechanics. Battlefront 2, another DICE game. Battlefront 2 is a game that I hated when it first launched. It was awful. It was everything that's wrong with the gaming industry. You had a loot crate progression system, which is just god-awful. But over the year that it's been since it came out, I feel that the game's gotten better, which is why in my last video I had Star Wars Battlefront playing in the background, and probably gonna have Star Wars Battlefront playing right now, because it's a game that I actually think is fun. I think all the new content's really great. But this is troubling. It's not something that's unexpected from EA, but I think that this just goes to show where this company is headed in the future. This obviously doesn't just affect games that are out right now. I mean, let's think about games that are coming out in the future. Games that have already been announced maybe. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where EA has said that there's not going to be any loot boxes. First of all, how are we to believe that? EA lies consistently. But now when we have somebody like the man who popularized FIFA Ultimate Team heading up these development studios, How are we supposed to take anything that they say at face value when you have somebody that is known completely for monetizing the shit out of the game series and turning it into a glorified casino? I don't understand how we're supposed to just take what they say willingly. You would have to be a fool to take what they tell you and just accept it. Any new game that EA is going to be releasing, with this man behind it, I would be very wary of what the marketing tells you, what the development team is allowed to tell you. I don't want to be this cynical when it comes to things. Battlefield is one of my favorite franchises of all time. And Battlefront is a game series that I grew up with and that I love. I want to see good Star Wars games. As long as EA has the rights exclusively to Star Wars games, I don't think we're going to get anything amazing out of them, especially if DICE keeps developing games the way they have been. Broken train wrecks. I'm looking at you, Battlefield 5. I swear, it's just going to end up turning into, oh, we're going to release this game. It's not going to be ready, but we're going to release it anyway. And when you find out that it's a broken mess, it's missing features, basic features, like server browsers, or being able to have your own servers. David Rutter's gonna be like, guys, it's okay. Just make a loot box. Just put some guns in there, put some skins. Tell them to shut the fuck up and go away. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a pat on the head, and they're gonna say, thanks for the money, here's the door. Get the fuck out. And I wouldn't think for a second that it's just going to be loot boxes. We also have to think about other forms of recurrent player spending that's going to be in these games. I mean, there's going to be cosmetic microtransactions, there's going to be battle passes, season passes, anything that they can think of to pry your money out of your hands because they know you love a franchise. They're going to do it, and I get it. Companies are here to make money. However, as consumers, we need to tell these companies with our wallets what we're okay with and what we're not okay with. I think that as a whole, the gaming community did not do a great job when it came to sports games, telling companies like EA that a business practice that they have is not okay. Something that they're doing is wrong, like turning sports games into glorified casinos where you gamble for player card packs and all this other shit that shouldn't be in a E for everyone game. For God's sakes, man, kids play the game.
Calm down, don't get a big dick!
And the ESRB is just fine with it, but anyway, that's a whole nother topic, my God. I don't want to ramble too much about this. I think that it is just very important to stay informed on who's making creative decisions when it comes to these games, because it's not just the developers, it's the publishers, it's the people paying for these games, and they need to make their money back somehow, and they're going to do it through recurrent player spending and everyone's favorite surprise mechanics. And just remember, today it's not your game. Battlefield might not be your franchise. Battlefront might not be your franchise. You might not like Need for Speed. I don't care about Need for Speed. But look what happened to the sports games. Oh, I don't play sports games. It doesn't matter. We'll never have card packs. Battlefront 2 will never happen. Just because it's not your game today, that does not mean it's not going to be your game tomorrow. A David Rutter might be heading up your game franchise, your sacred cow, your most loved franchise next. So it's about time as a community, we put our foot down and tell companies what we want and tell companies what's okay. The companies would not exist without the consumers. Let's be smart consumers. Let's be educated. Let's remind them that while they have stockholders to appease, they also have the people that are consuming their products. We are the longevity of these companies. Anyway, I can continue talking about this for far too long. I hope you all enjoyed the video. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from everybody. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.